Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 8 of What If Naruto Lost Everything and travel to the DC universe, guys. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in social media platform, and also guys, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Neglected with Lost Ability and Conqueror's Hockey, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy, guys. I also post a brand new movie of What If Godlike Naruto Enter the Attack on Titan universe, so go ahead, enjoy that as well, guys. I also post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the 6 Eye Sharingan, so go ahead, check with that over in Making 3, and yes, if you're new, I indeed have 4 channels which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family, and thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado, with this we jump right into this new episode. Begin now, guys. So the last spot we left off, Naruto tried to convince Kara that maybe it wouldn't be a good thing for them to go to a date, but she wouldn't take no for answer. As Naruto didn't want to, well, corrupt her, he said, as he was not a good person and she should know that by now, but she didn't care about that. She didn't care in the slightest. As Clark ended up coming in Naruto's room, as he, well, spoke to Naruto about going on a date with Kara, as he was against this in the beginning, it seems. However, Kara made up her mind. He had a little nice chat with Naruto, as he saw that Naruto was nervous. As Naruto went to knock on her door and he saw her in a rather stunning light, he couldn't help but gawk for a few moments before she took his hand as they made their way. As before they left though, as Clark took a photo, her going on her first date with the others there. As they made their way down, the first thing they go to see was a movie, The Expendables, as Naruto rather enjoyed as he spoke to her while they were done, as he told her some more about his home world as he went to go and get something to eat. Naruto bumped into someone as Naruto felt a strange feeling from this individual. He didn't seem like a normal person. However, for now, Naruto focused on his dates, as both him and Kara made their way to go get something to eat. While there, they were stopped by someone, as the man introduced himself as Slade. As Slade then proceeded to hit Naruto with something, Naruto was blasted right through the window. The gun that he hit Naruto with was not one of bullets, but it was one of nanites, as Kara quickly called out to John to get Naruto and her out of there, as they were teleported up. When they got there, as John and Adam quickly got to work as Adam shrunk himself down. However, Slade was a very smart man as he ended up pulling a trick on them. As John was trying to enter Naruto's mind, Slade had John move as a receptor. He then used John to piggyback on Naruto memories, as John, Kara, Batman, and Superman were all pushed into Naruto's mind. Upon arriving in there, they met the Fox. As for the first time they came face to face with the gigantic demon Fox. In order to exit his mind, they had to go through Naruto memories, the 6 doors that were there. The doors opened up as they went into the first one. They saw Naruto when he was young. They saw a glimpse of Naruto's life. Let's just say even Batman, someone that was used to the decrepities of this world, were shocked as he couldn't believe it. Naruto was nothing more than a 4-year-old kid, and he was put through literal hell. As they watch, they can understand the cruelty of his world just by a small amount. Naruto did not even know his name. The one to tell him his name was none other than Ichiraku Toki, as the man also gave him some ramen as well. Now they understand why Naruto loved ramen so much. It wasn't the taste, but yes, the taste was in it, but it was also the memory of the people that treated him well. As they saw another memory of Naruto with Kakashi, as Naruto was told everything as he was on the hospital bed. Kakashi told him everything as Hiruzen told him to tell him everything. as Kakashi then took him under his wing from there, training Naruto, helping him grow, and helping him understand things that he did not. From there, Naruto was trained in the arts of a ninja as they were brought to another memory, where they saw Naruto quickly dispatch several people with ease. They did not stand a chance against him, and Naruto was just 6 years old. It was quite a sight to see, as Kakashi kept on bringing Naruto on more missions. However, before they could go any further, the feed was cut, as they were thrown out of his mind. Arriving there, the others asked him what happened, as they thought that Naruto was a bigger threat, but it was the opposite. He was never a threat to begin with. As they called the rest of the league members to have a meeting, Kara stood by Naruto's bed as she stayed with him, Vixen telling her if she needed anything she should tell her. However, Slade had gotten enough what he needed, as Slade was now going to use this information that he got. Whatever they saw, Slade saw as well, and he was now interested in the kid even more, as Slade saw enough. So yeah guys, basically let's left off. You guys can switch across the playcheck with yourself, and also don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episodes of What If Naruto Had the 6th Eye Sharingan, and enjoy that guys. And also, what if Naruto, well, godlike Naruto entered the My Hero Academy universe, and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new, yes I indeed have 4 channels which I post What If on every single day, and I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had Lost Power and Conqueror's Hockey from One Piece over on Anime King, so go ahead and enjoy this as well guys. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this? Begin now guys. Bruce, Clark, John. Diana asked the 3 members what called the meeting. Her, Green Lantern, and Flash arrived at the conference room shortly after being paged. All 3 of them surprised to see the more level-headed members of the league drinking one of Bruce's fine scotches in quite large glasses, and seeing another full bottle next to the open one. The 3 looked up as Bruce spoke first. We called you here to brief you on what recently happened involving Naruto and Kara, he said. The 3 members who were not involved during the memories shared looks before they spoke up. Well, Wally first. And this brief is supposed to be given while you guys are drunk. There was another bottle that was completely empty. Bruce gave him a glare. Trust me, Wally, he said. This is not the time. As he took a large gulp from his glass as he continued. Deathstroke. He attacked the 2 of them. He was able to get in close and use kryptonite as a distraction before he injected Naruto with nanites. A small group of them were sent to the memory portion of his brain to download as much information as possible. The others were implanted to lush onto John to hack his powers to send the information to Slade. Deathstroke is a ruthless and cunning man. The only other man besides Ra's al Ghul to match me, and even then Ra's normally loses, so I would put Deathstroke a step above him. That make all the original members eyes widen at that. To think that there was an evil that Batman did not sit well with. He used the information I had on him to set us up. He gave us a way to stop the information transformation, knowing that I would have my own motive. But it was actually a guaranteed way to send the information, said Bruce, as he took another gulp. Martian Manhunter took after him. He told him that I could mentally shield and stop the transfer, but it ended up pulling me into Naruto's mind, along with Clark, Bruce, and Kara. The psychic backlash dragged them in as well. Okay, so that explains how you guys got sucked into his mind, said Green Lantern. But that does not explain how he got the drop on someone that could sense people around him. Hell, even you can't sneak up on a kid and you can get the drop on Superman. That doesn't really add up. Bruce shook his head no. It actually does add up if you know anything about Deathstroke. The Titans, my old sidekick Nightwing, has been fighting Deathstroke on and off for the past few years. He uses vast wealth and technological expertise to use advanced robots to do his dirty work. You will never know that you're fighting one until you defeat it. Refilling his glass, Bruce continued. Robots don't have a life signature. Until Naruto wake up and we can ask him, that is all. We have to go on. Back to what we saw. We shouldn't have forced Naruto to join the league, said Bruce. We didn't force him, Wally said, surprised that Bruce would say something like that. But the look from around the table said otherwise. Diana seemed just as shocked as Wally. But Green Lantern, Bruce, and Clark, well, they had a different look on their face. Wait, seriously guys? Wally said. You were planning to put an innocent guy in jail if he did not join. It was not out of the question, Wally, Superman said. His voice was laced with guilt. He was a potential threat to the league and the world. We acted rashly. Very rashly, he said. Mostly because of my pride and fear. The others knew that Clark was not Naruto's biggest fan, mostly because someone who could injure him was getting close to his family. However, something that he saw in Naruto's mind changed his entire outlook on Naruto's life and who he was as a person. "We will not divulge Naruto memories to you," Martian Manhunter spoke out. "But know this, if we ever face a threat that we cannot overcome, I have no doubt in my mind that Naruto will go beyond what we're capable of and do what is necessary." "You mean killing?" asked Green Lantern. The three nodded. "He has already done so for us once." The five of them turned towards Bruce. Sighing, he figured that now was the best moment to explain. "Cadmus and the clone. A month ago, Kara had weird dreams. Something on the surface that appeared to be a repressed memory. Yeah, but you sent Naruto to a facility to destroy the machine that was causing it, you said. They were trying to override her mind and turn her into a weapon," said Clark, confused. The other senior members that knew about this gave him a questioning look. "That was a lie. The repressed memories came from a psychic link that developed over time. A company called New Virgin created a clone of her, and over time their minds start to overlap." "What?" said Clark, his anger started to show. "How dare they? How did they even get a DNA to create a clone of her?" he said. Bruce gulped down more of his drink. "Star Labs, from what I can tell." Naruto figured out when he, Questen, and Kara went to Star Labs, along with Arrow. He saw a machine that looked like one from his home world. "I tracked down where the machine came from, New Virgin, backed by a government fund from Cadmus. They wanted to create a weapon against you." That shut Clark up. Realization dawned on him. "Darkseid," he said. Everyone knew what happened and how it affected Superman when Darkseid had controlled him. "Yes," Bruce said. And Naruto was not pleased. With this action, he headed to New Virgin to dispatch a clone and show them what a real weapon was capable of. "He killed her," said Clark, looking to Bruce, who nodded at the statement. "They may be young and their relationship may just be growing, but he cares about your cousin greatly. He didn't want her to have the same guilt that he carries." Bruce explained. Naruto, aggressive, stepped towards the clone. He finally realized why the blonde had reacted that way to the clone after seeing his memories. He had been a weapon and carried the same mental scars to go with it. He didn't want Kara to suffer the same way. Clark nodded, but he was still upset that Batman did not tell him the truth from a month ago. However, he understood why though. "So what now?" said Diana. They all looked to Superman as he proceeded to shrug as he took a sip of his glass. As Bruce rose to his feet as he grabbed the full bottle of scotch. "We continue on as normal." As he came to a stop at the door and looked back towards them, something they were getting used to. "If he does wind up going beyond what we cannot, I will not leave him to face it alone. He will have the best lawyers Bruce Wayne can provide for him." "Wait, are you serious in saying that he would be okay with him killing someone?" Lantern said in shock. The others were shocked as well. It was well known that Batman would never cross a line. "No, I wouldn't be. But this is not about me, it's about him. He has killed many times before, but yet, he somehow retained his humanity. He does not try to lord himself over humanity as a god, nor has he killed any of the rogues that we send him after during our missions. He will not kill at random, but he will, if there is no other option. Final resort then. Or trump card," Diana said, as Bruce nodded, leaving the members their thoughts. Meanwhile, Naruto was having a wonderful dreamless sleep, something that he hadn't had in months. It was comforting to say the least until he realized he was supposed to be out on a date. Memories of a decent movie, dinner, and then being attacked flooded his mind. "Kara-chan," Naruto said. He shouted out rather loudly as he sat up in the bed. Looking around, he noticed that he was in the medical room off the watchtower. He also noticed a weight holding down one of his arms. Turning slowly, noticed that it was Kara. "Okay," said Naruto. "What happened to get her in bed with me?" He hoped that Kurama might have the answers. "A lot," said Kurama. "Show me," said Naruto. And then he was hit by what Kurama experienced. I am not sure what memory they saw, but I have a few ideas. Naruto cursed. A lot of bad words in his mind. Unbridled fury burning inside of him. "Do you plan on seeking revenge?" Kurama asked. As he doubted that Naruto walked that path after seeing what happened to Sasuke, however, he had to ask. "No," said Naruto. Flashes of Sasuke appeared in his mind as he seemed to calm down. "However," said Naruto, "when we meet again, because I know I will meet the Slade again, I will end him." "Damn the League rules," said Naruto. "He will kill Slade." Naruto was broken out of his thoughts as Batman walked into the room. I thought you would be out longer than that, he said. I heal faster than what my profile said. But I guess you can figure out why, can't you, said Naruto. As Batman nodded, as Bruce placed a full bottle of scotch right at Naruto's bedside, myself and the other senior members just finished a meeting. We briefed them on what happened, but not on your members or your tenants. As Naruto grabbed the bottle and took a swig, after taking a sip, he let it sit on his tongue for a while before he swallowed. Not bad, he said, as he offered the bottle back. But Batman shook his head no, as he realized it was a gift. I have just one more question, Bruce said. Robot, said Naruto. I did not feel an ninja signature from him. Also, there was another guy I walked into. He did not have one as well. Batman nodded before he pulled a robotic head of wintergreen out of his cape. Slade Wilson, he said, as he placed a head in the trash. Also known as Deathstroke, the Terminator. He's a world-class mercenary with a mind as capable as me. He has taken an interest in you since Cadmus. Contract him to get information on you. Clone, said Naruto, as Batman nodded. As Naruto figured that was when the group decided to take an interest in his life. I am still not sure what they're after or why he's taking an interest in you, but be careful. Naruto nodded as he took another sip. Anything else I should know? We are lifting all the rules that Clark placed on you. Clark will probably say it also since he's the official leader and spokesperson of the league. As Naruto was surprised by that. Why, he asked. He knew that a good majority of senior members of the league were against killing. Actually, all of them except for probably Wonder Woman. Because we know that you will not go off the reservation, so to speak, said Bruce. You fought for people that hated you, who despise you, who abuse you. Yet you never turn your back on them. Which memory did you see? Naruto asked. Batman told him as he figured there was no point in hiding it. When you learn your name, when you learn about your tenant, and when you first kill someone, he said. As Naruto nodded, not happy that they knew some of his childhood. At least they don't know what happened to him on his birthday before. Kakashi Sensei had drafted him. I take it that none of you like what you saw, said Naruto. As Bruce shook his head. No, he said. But I'm glad that we learned it, as he proceeded to leave. Naruto sighed as he looked down towards Kara as he took some sips on the bottle. As he lay back down. Before he knew it, he fell back asleep. Time skip. Kara awoken. As instantly she remembered the date. Trying to get up, she realized she was being weighted down. As she turned and realized that Naruto was holding her. As she was on the bed. Stop wiggling around, Kara-chan. I'm tired. And I'm hungover, said Naruto. That is when she noticed the empty bottle of scotch. Naruto, she said. I'm sorry, she said. Naruto cracked open an eye to hear her voice. So soft. As he noticed unshed tears, threatening to spill from her eyes. Naruto placed a hand on her cheek before he leaned forward and captured her lips into a kiss, silencing anything she had to say. Pulling his head back, Naruto lay down as he started to stroke her hair, as she leaned on his chest. Don't worry about it, Kara-chan, said Naruto. It's in the past, and nothing will change that. She sighed, she snuggled closer to him. I know that, but you shouldn't have gone through something like that. You shouldn't have lived a life like that, she said. Naruto nodded. But I did, he said, and I'm stronger for it. It made me who I am today. And while it wasn't pleasant, I wouldn't wish it on someone else, said Naruto. And that is what makes you hero material, a voice said, as Naruto cracked his eye open once again as Kara turned her head. Also, when I said to stay the night, Kara, said Clark, as he entered the room, I meant use one of the chairs, chuckling lightly as she looked at her cousin. But this was far more comfortable, she said. Up, he said. Now. As she complied, but she did release a huff, as Clark noticed a robotic wintergreen head in the trash, and the empty bottle from last night. I guess Batman paid you a visit too. So he did use a robot to sneak up on you. As Naruto nodded before he sat up, as a hangover was slowly leaving him. Yeah, robots don't have a life signature. Even then, my energy sensing isn't perfect. The both of them raised an eyebrow as they looked at him. I can only sense chakra and energy only humans possess. The both of them understand what he meant. So you can't sense us and other aliens, Kara said. As Naruto shook his head. No, I can sense you. But your energy is different. It's subtle, but if you know what you're looking for, the differences are there. Like you, the both of you feel no stronger than a civilian, but we both know that is not true, said Naruto. As both Kryptonian nodded. Well, I guess Batman already figured out. I'm lifting the rules placed on you, and he told you while paying you a visit. As Naruto nodded, you know, I'm starting to feel like he likes you more than the rest of us, said Clark. Well, it might have something to do with the fact that he was trained like a ninja, said Naruto. That statement caught Superman off guard. It's in the way that he fights, said Naruto. I noticed it when we fought that Mordred kid. He uses mind deception to take down stronger opponents. Clark nodded. Well, I have to get back to work, he said. See you two around. As he stopped at the door, keep out of his bed, Kara. As the both of them laughed nervously as Clark left. However, once he was gone, he said I had to keep out of your bed. But he didn't say anything about my bed. As Naruto giggled at that. I guess we did not get a makeout session during our date, did we? She grabbed Naruto and used her super speed as she arrived in her room, with Naruto in her arms bridal style. You know, if I'm not mistaken, it's usually the man that carry the woman. Bridal style past the threshold, said Naruto. Normally yes, but you're hangover. Didn't think you want to chase after me or carry me, she said. Right you are, said Naruto as they landed on the bed. The moment they did, their lips intertwined. Time skip. Clark was helping John look over the sensory rays that they set up for Earth. The Martian was not at the top of his game due to the hangover that he was currently experiencing, caused by Batman's scotch. As he grumbled, rubbing his head for what seemed like the 100th time. Remind me never to drink again. Will do, John, Superman said, a light chuckle until alarms started to blur all over the watchtower. As John quickly brought up the face of the general on the monitor. What is it, General? Superman asked. Superman, we have a situation down here. As he turned the camera to show, there was a giant machine releasing robotic spiders. They were destroying everything the army was throwing at them. We could use some help. And you will have it, said Superman. As John got over the communication speaker, all members, we have a code Omega on our hand. All members suit up. Prepare for emergency teleportation and javelin drop. This is not a drill, he said. All members start to move towards the teleporter, Superman with the first batch. Send us down, John. We will hold them off until the others arrive. As javelins could be seen exiting the watchtower and entering Earth atmosphere. Ready? Naruto said to Kara as she just changed in her outfit. Yep, she said. As Naruto poof and appeared in his costume. Arriving at the teleporter with Kara, the both of them are whipped away in blue lights as they arrive on Earth. Arriving in the thick of it, Naruto saw some members helping the army, trying to get out of the harm's way, while others were facing off against the machines. Nodding to Kara, they broke off into the thick of battle. As Naruto pulled out two handful of shurikens before he launched them forward. Precise as he went through hand sign. Shuriken clone jutsu, he said. They multiply. As the robots were struck down violently, it was like a hail of weapons striking them down. Damn, Vixen said to Supergirl. That is some guy you got there, she said. As Kara nodded, her mind flashing over towards a memory, a recent one. We should pull back a bit, she said, as she nodded to Vixen, as the others pulled back. As Naruto's shurikens had torn into the spider robots, but he wasn't done yet as he brought his hand together. Boom! They all exploded as shrapnel started to fly, as it wiped away a large, approaching force of the spiders, giving the League more room to work. As Naruto dragged two kunais out, before he proceeded to enlighten them with wing chakra and charge forward. As no one expected one member to cause so much chaos, wiping away the entire first platoon. Talk about overkill, said Green Lantern, as he smashed a robot with his ring. Worry about that later, Batman said over the communication line. I might have something that will buy some time, as he was flying in his plane, as he proceeded to fire a missile towards the gigantic alien machine. As the thing froze over. What was that, said Diana as she smashed a spider away from her. Thermiotic gas, cooled to within a few degrees of absolute zero, had to freeze the Gotham River once. As he pulled up his plane as he started to bark out orders. Superman, use your X-ray vision and find us a weak spot on it, but I'll need some cover. As he flew upwards and adjusted his vision. But before he was able to get a look, something leaped and attacked him. A robotic, panther-like creature. However, before it could get too close though, a wind bullet ripped right through it. I got your back, Red Bridges, said Naruto. From down below as he proceeded to launch himself forward, slicing down spider after spider. Smirking, he then looked forward. My god, he said. This is not good, Batman, he said as he proceeded to destroy a bunch of them at once with his heat vision. The main ship has some sort of dark heart creating machine around it. It is using the mesa as a material source. It get worse. Every one of these machines have the same heart inside of it. How small, said Batman as he dropped explosive down below on the robots. Tiny, we need the atom, Superman said. Then get going, you are the best choice. We'll hold them off as long as we can. As Superman proceeded to shoot off, Naruto brought his hand up as hundreds of clones appear in the battlefield. You know what to do, boy, said Naruto as he smirked. With no one around, I would say. It's time to go wild. That's what I like to hear, said Kurama inside his mind. Out of the hundreds of clones, 10 stay behind, 5 of them sat down, as the other 5 cover them. You think you will need that much, said Kurama. I hope not, said Naruto, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. As Kurama chakra started to be pulled into Naruto as well, and spread into his coils. As a tail started to spread behind Naruto's orange cloak, completely overtook him the Sage mode, keeping it perfectly stable and also enhancing his strength as well. Naruto held out both of his hands. The clones helped him form 2 gigantic Rasen Shuriken before he pulled back and launched them. The thing collided as the thing was destructive, causing a gigantic explosion. What in Hera's name was that? Said Diana over the communicator. That will be the reason why I'm not near any of you, said Naruto. Gonna have to thank you for that later, Kid Lantern said as he covered Vixen and Supergirl with his ring. Let's talk more fighting, said Vixen as she touched her necklace as she gained the power of a tiger. Just call us if you need backup, Naruto, Supergirl said as she used her heat vision to free the place. Will do, said Naruto as his clones proceed to start glowing before they boom right in enemy territory. As Naruto was deep in the chaos, however, the more he killed, the more that just rise up. This is more like it, said Kurama. The rush of battle was getting him pumped. Lay waste to them all. Show them no fear and leave no survivors. As Naruto smirked before flashing through hand signs. You're having way too much fun, Kurama, he said. Wind style, Detapa. The spiders were thrown back into one another, destroying them. All the robot panthers turned their gaze upon Naruto as they realized that he was a major threat, before they proceed to leap forward. As Naruto ducked under the first one as he sliced from head to tail, coming to a stop, Naruto started to spin as he turned into a tornado of death. The panthers were being ripped and torn apart. As he came out of the spin, he heard John coming over the communicator. All League members fall back. We are going to use the watchtower fusion cannon to carve a trench to buy you some time. Superman is already on his way with the Atom. As Naruto nodded as he dropped out of the cloak. Keep the connection, Kurama, he said. We will re-enter once again. Good. I don't want to miss out on any of the fun, said Kurama as he stopped the flow of chakra. As Naruto felt his reserves fill with natural energy. As Naruto reached the others, that beam came down, carving a path of destruction through the spiders. Naruto said, Kara, how are you holding up? Peaches, said Naruto as he released a breath, but he was already ready for round 2. Turning back to the robot, he saw them hesitating to crawl into the trench. Really, said Lantern. After you did that much damage on your own, I figured that you'd want to rest. Rest on the battlefield only come when you're dead, said Naruto. As the Panthers jumped down first, as Naruto let loose another barrage of shurikens. Wait, as Naruto was stopped by Batman. As the heroes looked to see Batman being carried by, Wonder Woman and Superman had returned. Ray, said Superman, tell them what you told me. As the 3 landed, Ray hopped from Superman's arm and grew to right size. Superman briefed me that the machines were using everything in your path and turned it into viable, working substance. Turning rock into metal happens on a molecular level. Batman nodded. If you got in, would you be able to stop it, he said. Ray nodded. I should be able to, he said. As Batman immediately started to barcode orders, Diana, you will carry Adam to the main machine while Shinobi and Superman cover you. The rest of us will draw a line here. As the rest of them quickly made their move after hearing the conversation over the communicator. Here they come, said Lantern as he saw them coming their way. Ray, said Diana, as she held out her hand. Just don't squeeze too tight, Princess, he said, as he shrank down and jumped into her palm. As they moved forward with Superman and Naruto covering Diana. Ray, I need both hands, she said, as she placed him between her breasts before she grabbed her lasso. That lucky bastard, said Naruto as he waved his hand, with wind chakra cutting right through a panther. Super hearing, Clark said, overhearing what Naruto said. Super pervert, deal with it, said Naruto. As both Naruto and Superman proceed to level everything in their path, Nothing got past them. Shinobi, Superman. Diana called out. I have dropped Ray off. I'm pulling back to help the others. Roger that, Diana. He turned back towards Naruto. Need a lift? Asked Clark. Nah, I'm staying here, said Naruto right in the midst of the chaos. Clark was shocked by that as he punched a panther into several others. Are you mad? He said. No, said Naruto. Adam, might need backup. And I can hold my own. Join the others. My more destructive techniques might injure you. Are you sure? Said Superman. Yeah, said Naruto. Now go, he said. As Superman nodded before he flew off. As Naruto cracked his neck as he watched the army coming towards him. As Naruto used a nature engine to stabilize Kurama's chakra. As Naruto started to bubble with power. Let's go, Kurama, he said. The explosion of power caused all the robots to cease before they started moving once again. As Naruto leaped forward, cracking the ground as he did. As Naruto was massacring everything in his path, he heard Adam spoke up over the communicator. This is amazing, he said. This machine is actually an alien weapon. It was created to go to war with another planet. It was shot out like a cruise missile. When it landed, it followed a simple command, programmed by its creators. Replicate and destroy everything. Oh my god, it ate a planet. Who would make something like this, he said. Ray said as he was shocked as he saw the devastation it brought to the planet that it was sent to. Why is it here then, Batman says. He sounded rather tired. It followed its program attacking. After the planet was destroyed, it replicated and sent more of it out. According to what I'm seeing, it actually destroyed its own creator's planet. Is there any way to stop it? There might be. Ray was cut off. Ray! Ray! However, he did not respond. Damn it, said Batman. Shinobi, do you see any sight of the Atom? As Naruto looked around while dodging swipes and stabs. Negative, Batman, he said. I don't have visual. However, a second later, Naruto saw a symbol appear as Adam grew in size right next to him. I wasn't able to destroy the heart, he said, as Naruto cut down several panthers. Any ideas, he asked. None that are guaranteed, but we need to destroy all of them. Every single one. If only one escape, it will start all over again. As Naruto grabbed him at the back of the shirt. Anyone that can fly, heads up, he said as he twirled and threw him. I got him, said Lantern as he caught him in a catcher mitt. Does anyone have any ideas, Batman said, because we're running out of time. I have one, said Naruto. Superman or Supergirl, I need to know if any of the machines have gone underground, and if, how far. I also need a reading of how far they are from my position, Batman. Finally, I need whoever can create a shield to do so on my signal. That's a lot of needs, Batman said, as Naruto heard him gruntage, throwing a battering. Just get it done, said Naruto. Go on up there, pretty lady, Vigilante said as he used his cowboy guns to shoot several of the robotic spiders down. She thanked him before she flew straight up in the sky as she started to use her X-ray vision. They're about 100 feet into the ground, she said. Alright, said Naruto as he slammed both of his hands together. The golden chakra was no longer around him, instead it was pure red. As a pure red cloak started to take form, and it started to grow in size, and grew, and grew, and grew. What the hell is he doing, said Lantern. I don't know, but you and Dr. Fate need to be on standby to create a shield. As Dr. Fate moved closer, I'm ready, when he gave the signal. As Lantern readied his ring, same here. That is when they saw it, a reddish light, shot into the heavens. That is one high jump, said Superman. As Naruto was much bigger, as he had 4 tails behind him. However, he compressed the power as it spread him rather larger. As Naruto proceeded to roar, robots were blown and thrown away violently. Now he was a few hundred feet up. As he started to gather energy at the tip of his tail. Now he shouted. Green and yellow shields quickly contained the robots inside. As Naruto proceeded to swallow the ball that he took, that was made from pure energy before he shot it down. It slammed into the robot, but it did not explode. Instead, it simply went down, and down, and down. Once it was at the desired depth in the ground, where the robots were able to dig into, Naruto's eyes flashed. And then boom! The purple explosion taking no prisoners, and leaving nothing but ash. Once it reached a shield, it stopped for a second before it ripped right through Dr. Fate's yellow shield, and caused Lantern to buckle and sweat under the force. However, as he grit his teeth, he was able to contain it. As the light finally died down, the backlash coming to a stop, the heroes were able to see Hera said Diana, as the others spoke their god's name out of shock and awe. What stood before them was a 2,000-foot wide and 300-foot deep crater. Inside the crater was Naruto, in his four-tailed state before, his body receded and the power flickered away. Drop the she-lantern, Batman said. It's over. As lantern dropped, he was being held up by Vixen, as it took a lot for him to hold that back, and it was just a backlash. Kara flew off the second to see if Naruto was okay. What the hell was that? Batman, Diana, and Superman turned as they saw General Eiling. First we find out that you have a giant space gun pointed down towards us, and then I was able to see the unpleasant view of one of your members turning this location into ash. Batman glared at the man knowing that he was in Cadmus. That was us, saving you. Oh really, Eiling said, not believing for once. It wasn't a show of power, he said, because that is exactly what it looked like to me. Batman walked forward. Believe what you want, General Wade, Eiling, he said. Weapon and Tactics Department for head of Cadmus. He then backed up and turned, until Eiling spoke up. You can bet that we will be speaking about your space gun, and your man in the crater soon, rich boy, he said, as he turned and got in the helicopter. As Superman and Diana was shocked. Brute. Yes, Diana, Batman said, cutting her off. Cadmus, know all about us. All of us. How? The leaked files are encrypted, and would require a genius to hack them. There's only a small group of people that could break into those files, and I doubt any of them is working under government dime, Superman said as he heard what Batman said to the general. The three of them made their way towards the center of the crater. You would be surprised who the government has been putting on their bankroll lately. That's true, Superman said, as Batman nodded. Cadmus is a 100% government-funded agency, from what I was able to find on them. But no, they are not currently bankrolling anyone that could hack our files, he said. Diana raised her eyebrow and so. We have a spy in our midst, she said. As Bruce nodded. Any leads, Clark asked. If they had a spy, he was sure that Batman, or did I guess who it was? Don't need them, Batman said. His tone told them to drop the subject. As they arrived at the center as they saw Kara, supporting Naruto, who looked a bit exhausted. What was that, Batman said. Something complicated, said Naruto, not ready to talk about it with so many members around. As Batman nodded before he paged John. John, do you copy, he said. He waited a few minutes before he sighed. Watchtower is still out of power, he said, as several of them moved towards the javelins. However, Naruto stopped Kara as he whispered something in her ears. As she instantly blushed. Our rotation ended 2 days ago, said Naruto to the others, before Kara hooked him under the arm and flew off with him as quickly as possible. As Batman turned towards the now glaring Clark, your rotation doesn't end for another 2 weeks, he said, just pissing off the Man of Steel even more. He then turned towards Diana. Can you give me a lift, he said. Diana smirked before leading the way towards her invisible jet. As Clark stood there fuming, you're the biggest jerk ever, Bruce. The biggest jerk ever. Meanwhile, so, know that no one else is around. What was that last thing that you did? And why did you look like a four-tailed monster? Kara asked Naruto. Well, said Naruto, the four-tailed monster, as you so eloquently put, is what we containers call one of our modes. It started with the orange form that I took at first, and as I add more tails, I gain more similarities with Kurama. Kurama, said Kara. As Naruto nodded, yeah, that's a fuzzbutt name, said Naruto. I will refrain from insulting you because you used to be Joe Bomb, Kurama said. As for what I did, it's an attack that only containers like me can do. It's called the Bichu Bomb, or the Tail Beast Ball. It's comprised of his demon chakra and my chakra, said Naruto. It vaporizes everything that we come in contact with. It's our strongest attack, but I can only safely use up to 6 tails. Wow, said Kara. How can you only use up 6 tails though, she asked. It's a 4-1 ratio, said Naruto. I don't have enough chakra to match him, passing 6 tails. I'm still powerful when I enter that mode, just not enough to use that technique, said Naruto. As the both of them spoke, it took them around 2 hours as they finally arrived there. Arriving there though, they shared a kiss goodnight. As the aching Naruto walked towards his house, unsealing it, as Naruto proceeded to grab a drink before he collapsed on his butt right in the couch. Well, this sucks, he said. How does it suck, said Kurama. I just got on friendly terms with Red Bridges, said Naruto. Speaking about Superman, after seeing that display of power, I have a feeling that we'll get back to square one. Plus, Lantern was giving me a sideways look, and with his helmet on, I could still see that Dr. Fate guy looking at me. I'm sure he'll want to talk to me about you again. A visit from the Golden wearing helmet nut. Yeah, I can see that. But based from the members that Batman saw, I doubt his opinion would change on you now. Especially since you have all that power but you barely use any of it. That is because they don't know what it does to me, said Naruto as he felt a pain coursed through his body. The effects of using your chakra this time will be minimum because I was able to stack up a natural engine. Kurama sighed. He knew the moment Naruto dropped the fourth heel form, he was in pain, but he was unable to do anything to help. It will take a while for your body to heal. Try to rest as best as you can, said Kurama, as Naruto downed the rest of the bottle and ended up falling asleep, as his mind brought him to a memory of the past. Sasuke, said Naruto, as Naruto looked towards Sasuke Uchiha in front of him. Sasuke's Sharingan was no longer the same. After facing off against his brother's eyes now had a star-like pattern in them. Naruto, he spoke back. Both of them were surrounded by black flames, the signature Amaterasu, as dead bodies were all over. This has to be done, Sasuke said. It's the will of the Shinigami and the Uchihas, or his harbingers of death. I just get the added bonus of destroying that pathetic village that you call home. That's not you talking, Sasuke, it's Madara speaking. Sasuke, it was your home. It's Sakura's home, said Naruto. However, Sasuke just glared back at him, his Sharingan showing nothing but fury. My home? That place corrupted my brother. It turned him away from the family and our mission. A mission handed down by the Shinigami himself. The Uchiha will make the world repent for the trespass of those foolish sages, your pathetic ancestors. You cannot control it, said Naruto. The reason the other sages sealed the Jubi into his prison is because it was too powerful. Not even your Sharingan can control it. It will kill you, said Naruto. Sasuke laughed, a cold laugh reminiscent of Orochimaru. I already know that, he said. Madara told me himself when he implanted Itachi eyes into me. I told you the Uchihas are the harbingers of the Shinigami will. We will purge this world for the sins their ancestors brought upon it when they dare to enter his domain. And with no more words said, Sasuke entered Susanoo form, as Naruto entered his cloak form. Fine then, he said, as Naruto charged a Rasen Shuriken with no aid from his clones. The both of them leaped forward as they attacked each other. Sasuke was able to jump away from the attack, however the backlash was too great, as the both of them end up decimating the cave that they stood in, causing nothing but chaos and destruction. As Naruto knocked Sasuke away and moved in, a Rasengan in hand, but Sasuke quickly used as substitution one of the dead bodies as Naruto Rasengan ripped right through it. That is when he looked up as he saw Sasuke on top of the Jubi's prison, running through hand signs that he never saw before. Shit, Naruto thought. That must be why he's using Susanoo. He needs his hand free to perform the necessary seals to remove the Jubi from the prison. End it now, boy! Kurama yelled to Naruto, as Naruto created two more Rasen Shurikens as he hurled them with all his might. However, Sasuke finished his hand sign. A deafening roar of chakra blew Naruto attacks away like they were nothing, as the place started to tremble as a violent backlash was released. Sasuke was devoured by the maw of the gigantic beast. As Naruto looked up with wide eyes, Naruto jumped up as he looked around, as he was on the couch, empty bottle in his hand. As he brought his hand to his face, bastard, he said. What was it this time, said Kurama. The Jubi release, said Naruto. Go meditate, Kurama said. It will help better than the tremors than that sake you're reaching for at the moment. As Naruto sighed before sending a mental nod to Kurama, as he proceeded to went towards the back of his fields. Alone and secluded, Naruto proceeded to just take in the fresh air, as he took several deep breaths. As Naruto started gathering natural energy into his system, as he started to meditate, a 4-hour meditation session really helped a lot. As Naruto got to his feet and stretched, I should really ask Janten Sensei if it's time to harvest, because it looks that way to me. As Naruto got back and showered and dressed in some normal clothing, as he began a walk to the Ken's farm. Meanwhile, this meeting of Cadmus heads is now at order, Waller said before she turned towards Island. General Island, she said, your report from the events yesterday. As he nodded, yesterday at 0500 hours, A mountain climber reported that her boyfriend was killed by some machine. We dispatched Regiment 1 that engaged machine after, pulling her to safety. It did not end well, as the monitors showed them, as the machines were wiping out the military. I called in the Justice League to stop the threat, as well as gather information on a new member, Shinobi. I was pleased that he joined in the retaliation that we now know is from an alien weapon. Many of them saw as the screen lit up with the photos. They were shocked by the display and the power that he rocked as they saw a video. The League was losing ground, as it was a widespread attack, so they briefed us on the weapon that they have. Everyone saw the beam that came from the sky. The Martian said that it was a fusion discharge that was used like a cannon. However, based on what I saw, it's stronger than what they made us believe, if it could be moved to make a trench. Waller did not like this in the slightest. They used one of their members called the Atom, Dr. Ray Palmer, to try and disable the machine from inside. He said that it was an alien weapon, designed to replicate and move on to the next planet after destroying the previous one. However, the Atom was unable to destroy it. That was until the video feed popped up with the bright beam of red light up in the sky. That is when they saw the holy godly power that Naruto released, that struck the area. Oh my god. They saw the shield buckle and barely restrain the shockwave that was released. Ma'am, Allen said, I believe that this newcomer to the League is the most powerful asset that they currently have. Waller nodded before she pushed a button. Slade, she said, as he appeared on the screen. I believe that you're already aware of the events that happened yesterday. Yes, Miss Waller, he said. I was there for his presentation of power, and I've updated the dossier. And I've also included his alias, one Naruto Uzumaki, resident of Smallville, Kansas. That's it, said Waller. You have had him under surveillance for a month under our dime, and that's all you have retrieved on him? Your reputation's a joke then, Slade, maybe. You're a failed project after all. Slade smirked under his mask. Then I believe this is where our contract come to an end then, Miss Waller, he said. Good day. The video feed was cut as Waller growled at the blank screen. That bastard has his own agenda. Any word from our spy, Colonel Flag, she said, turning towards the leader of Task Force X. No, ma'am. He has been oddly quiet as of yesterday, but I will re-establish contact. Soon enough, he said. Good. We need all the help we can get at this point. Meeting adjourned, she said. Meanwhile, Sir, Wintergreen said, drawing Slade's attention away from the computer, as he was watching Naruto fight for what seemed to be the 100th time. Was it wise to antagonize Cadmus? Slade chuckled. Wise? Probably not, he said. But it does not matter one bit. They have other problems to deal with than me. Nodding, Wintergreen left his boss and turned to his work. As he left, once he was gone, Slade spoke to the darkness. What do you think, he said. Fire erupted next to him as Ares stepped out. I think you're gonna need my help. You are not aware of what he contains, are you? Slade looked towards the god beside him before he brought out a very old painting of a demonic fox. The Kyubi, the demon fox of rage and hate. It is said to be a mythical being, given dominion over the earth itself by the Shinigami, able to topple mountains, create tsunamis, earthquakes, and very other natural disasters known by man. A destructive force of nature. My, said Ares. Your knowledge of the occult surprised me. However, the demon is a lot more than that. As Slade raised the eyebrow at that, turning towards him. Enlighten me, he said. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends, your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to stay in tune for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. If you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels, which I post what if on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, without further ado, or wasting no more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode begin now, guys?